Good morning, brothers and sisters. We're so glad you're here, as the sign says. Please come in and take a seat. There's Jeannie. I'm looking for somebody, but they're not here yet. All right, let's begin our Sunday service for today. I forgot the date. We're going to start with some announcements, but before we do, the biggest announcement is let's all welcome back Jeannie and Kagawa-san to our congregation. It's been a long absence. We're so happy to have them back here with us. And we also have the Masiotra family just trying to find a seat from Canada, from Montreal. Give them a big welcome. And the rest of you are also welcome. Yay! Even though you've been here a lot of times. Okay. So let's run through these announcements. We're training you all to get used to flipping out your phones and scanning QR codes. But you know that you can get the QR code and all these announcements by, is it on the bulletin board in the back? Yes, anyway, supposedly it is back there. So if you miss any of these announcements, you can do this. So the Sunday school registration starts, oh my gosh, it started already. It's almost the end of October, and you can still sign up for Sunday school. So look at those, $50 per child for the first and second child, and if you have more children, it's free from the third child and beyond. So definitely, if you've got children and they have a great Sunday school program, find Kazuka Okamoto, Pastor Justin's wife, and you can sign her up, sign your kids up. And then there's another little Sunday school thing, which is for the little tiny ones, 4 and under. So they have a great little program where they have a prayer and they have some songs and they read a story or go on a nature walk. It's a cool little program, and that's run by Johanna Batia. So you can see her. If you don't know where to find her, she's over in that room on that side, usually with the little kids. Okay, you can support True Mother in her trials, I guess you would call them, by buying a t-shirt. Somebody decided it would be a good idea to put a white t-shirt on a white background. It says, it's got a thing on the back, it says hashtag release the mother of peace. And you can get them for $15 each after Sunday service. Or if you want to donate even more, you can go to the website and pay $25 for one of these t-shirts. So I would recommend getting them here. And they're available outside. One more thing, there's a WCLC conference, Living Victoriously for God's Providence, and it's a Zoom event on Wednesday at 4 p.m. So good idea to look at that, take a picture of it, and get ready for it. And next Saturday, and next Sunday, in Espanol, please remember that. There's an event to celebrate the life of Brother Jose Israel Marin Molina, who recently passed away, and Dr. Ward, who some of you may not know, but he does speak Spanish very well, will be speaking on the family, the root of peace and hope for the world in honor of Brother Israel. So that'd be a great event. So sign up all your Hispanic friends who want to get some enrichment for that. And you may have heard our sister Susan talking about Ocean Challenge in Alaska. But for those who aren't ready for the nitty gritty of being up there in Alaska in the wild ocean, you can go to Hawaii at the end of the year and go fishing there and catch. I don't know what they catch. Do you know what they catch over there? You can. Is it sport fishing?
Yeah, it's sport fishing. I think the goal is maybe a different kind of tuna, but mahi mahi, ultimately swordfish.
Yeah. They have some pretty wild fish out there in Hawaii. So if you're ready for some excitement, sign up for that. So it's a great program here. Nothing better than being on the ocean. Check the QR code. And so all those announcements can be found at belvederefamily.com. There's one extra one that didn't make it by press time, and I'm going to invite up Sister Hannah to come and tell us about her program.
Hello, good morning, everybody. Yes, good morning. Yes, I did not make it to the announcement properly, but me, as you may know, on Friday evenings, while the UPA missionaries are here, and again, they're leaving us soon, but we're trying to create like events at Belvedere, and we have me and the UPA missionaries. We're planning another event on November 14th. It's going to be couples night, and it's basically going to be an evening where we're going to prepare dinner and we're going to create a space for you and your significant other to really bond through like discussions and activities geared towards couples. And it's going to be from 6 to 8 p.m. So 6 to 8 on November 14th. And maybe by next week, when I make the deadline, I will set the Google, I'll set the Google form QR code, and then you can reserve prior. And it's going to be $10 per couple. We'd love to see a lot of you there. So yes, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Right. Thank you, Hannah. And one last thing before I leave the stage will be a report of the missionaries' activities given by our very nicely dapper brother here, Tae Song, will come up and give his report of missionaries' activities.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. My name is Taesung. Before we begin today's precious Sunday service, I would like to briefly share our monthly GMP report. Since some of you may not know who we are, let me give a short introduction first. In 2020, True Mother founded UPA, Universal Peace Academy, centered on 신출님 and 신흥님 as a training institution for future leaders. Since then, there have been many changes in the theology education system of Sunmun University. The students who entered with 신출님 and 신흥님 in 2020 are the first class, and we three missionaries assigned to Belvedere are from the second to fourth classes. Each UPA cadet goes through a 4-year education program and a 2-year missionary course, a total of 6 years. Before beginning their path as pastor or public leaders. At UPA, every year and every semester includes a specific mission. During the second semester of the third year, cadets go to short-term mission trips to places like the United States and Latin America to inherit the spirit of our senior missionaries and gain real field experience. With the support of local public leaders, we've been able to go to different nations and receive many valuable experience. So the GMP activities I'll be reporting today can be understood as our short-term missionaries activities during the third year of UPA. So now let's begin with short video introducing our GMP activities. In one sentence, the purpose of our mission is simple. We came here to do witnessing. To achieve victory, we begin a 40-day course starting from October 1st. This 40-day course has two main goals. Each of the three missionaries will raise one spiritual child and to establish a foundation for witnessing at Belvedere by creating a club at Westchester Community College, WCC. Today marks day 26 of our 40 days course, so we have about 2 weeks left. Throughout this time, we have been meeting with around 15 guests regularly, caring for them, and working toward the conditions required to create a club at WCC. In order to create a club at WCC, we needed one faculty advisor and one student representative, and lastly, 50 student members. Since we could only go witnessing about 4 times a week, time was limited, but thankfully we were able to gather 16 signatures from our guests. And one of them, Marco, volunteered to become the student representative. With that, we now have 17 members in total. Thank you. And additionally, Mrs. Filipa kindly agreed to serve as our advisor. So now we have fulfilled all the basic requirements to officially register the club. Currently, Marco has submitted the club application, and we are waiting to meet with the staff in charge according to their schedule. In the remaining 2 weeks, we hope to officially establish the club so that we can use the college space for future witnessing, creating a strong and sustainable foundation for outreach. Thank you. Now I will briefly report on the progress of each missionary's core guests. Akito's main guests are Jacob and Eric. He meets Jacob almost every day, taking care of him and giving lectures up to part 2 of the divine principle of creation. Eric is a relatively new guest, but they quickly became close friends. He even joined our Halloween party and borrowed a costume from Akito, as you can see in the picture. And my main guests are Marco and Kyle. He meets Marco every I meet Marco every week. They have gone on trips together and attended church events. Since Marco became the student representative for the club, and I'm planning to provide him with deeper education. Kyle is another consistent guest. They have even gone to Brooklyn Bridge together and attended the talent show, continuing to build a strong relationship. And lastly, Ghana's main guests are Andrew and Deja. Andrew joined the Belvedere tour and will soon begin Divine Principle lecture in Spanish with our missionaries. And Deja has been faithfully attending Peace Start With Me event, participating in discussion about peace and receiving Divine Principle lectures. She's been growing steadily and building a sincere relationship with Kana. That concludes our brief October monthly report, even though we are still lacking in many ways. We are deeply grateful to all the public leaders and members who always support us with love and devotion. With heartfelt gratitude, we will continue to do our best to complete the 40-day course with victory and make the most of this precious opportunity called GMP. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Tae-sung. Nothing better than seeing lots of happy young faces, isn't it? It's great. So let's invite the rest of the song team up, and we're going to start our praise and worship. We have a new song leader for today.
Good morning, everyone. That's my first time leading the song team. I hope you all can help me. And yes, please, everybody, let's stand up to sing Higher Ground.
I'm pressing
on the way.
on
Higher ground, beyond the understand. My faith on earth, stable land. All the plains that I have won, I'll pay my faith on higher ground. I want to leave. I want to leave. God, lift me up. God, lift me I want to stay. I want to God, lift me Thank you. Yes. Next song is Song of the Garden. Oh, that is why I'm burning proud in streams of water made of blood. A fruitful soil become. Oh, there's a blossom that grows when the Savior conquers all his foes and makes his people one and makes his people one. Come, brethren, you that love the Lord, and taste the sweetness of His word. Father's ways go on, and Father's ways go on. Our troubles and our trials here will only make us richer when we arrive at home. When we arrive, our troubles troubles and our trials here. Our troubles and our trials here will only make us richer when we arrive at home. When we arrive at home.
Yes. You guys can sit down. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Erica, for leading songs. It's hard to lead songs and play piano, but I want to share a song with you guys that I wrote during a songwriting workshop. This was in August. It happens, I think, every year. And so I wrote a song and I wanted to, with the help of Erica on guitar and Uncle Matthew on drums, who have so kindly agreed to help me out, share the song that came to me in an afternoon in Bryant Park. I was just sitting and I found some chords I liked. And then these words just came. And at first, they didn't make much sense. At first, I'm like, all right, I'll just have these syllables and I'll replace them later. But the more I sang it, the more I liked it, the more it made sense to me. So I just kept it. Yeah, the song is called So Sane. Enjoy. Sometimes I walk with my eyebrows raised, but then the sun beats them down. You love yourself is a losing game. I laugh and cry like a clown. And it all starts with branches that yearn for the pouring of rain. It's something we can't help, so I'm gonna do it the same. 'Cause I'm close now, close to you now. All my losses have turned into gain. I'm close now, close to you now. Your spirit is keeping me sane. Oh, so sane. Oh, so sane. Oh, so sane. Oh, so sane. Keep counting colors that leave a trace, but all that I see is blue. I dock my mouth at the shore of grace. I sip a swig and a few. But it all starts with darkness when the light rips it right in the jaw. Trading gold for my heartache, feeling free to be me with my flaws. 'Cause I'm close now, close to you now. All my losses have turned into gain. 'Cause I'm close to you now. Your spirit is keeping me sane. Oh, so. It all starts with branches that yearn for the pouring of rain. 'Cause I'm close to you now. All my losses have turned into gain. 'Cause I'm close to you now. Your spirit is keeping me safe. Oh, so. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. That was a wonderful song. So much talent is appearing. Oh, we're going to have a prayer now from.
Please join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Parents, dear parents, uh, thank you so much for this morning. I pray that we can open our hearts and mind for the speaker. I also pray that you can speak to the speaker what he have to say for today. Um, yeah, I pray in gratitude in my name, Isaki Matsumo, second gen, blasphemy, in Tani Hoimahan, Aju.
Thank you. Okay, how many of you remember the structure, the new structure of our community? Yeah, Justin does. Okay, he made it, right? I see council members didn't even put their hands up. Okay. So there was a position called, after, right, I wrote it down, the Community Ministries Coordinator. And this position, after several months, has finally been filled in the person of somebody most of you know well, Jinsaw Park, and he's going to come up and tell us all about it. Welcome up, Jinsaw.
Good morning, everyone. What was the position called again? So I just want to introduce myself. My name is Jinso Park. I'm 52 years old. I just turned 52. Yeah. So, growing up in this church, in this Belvedere church, I would say 20 years ago or 30 years ago, I took a break. And I'm back. But within those 30 years, a lot of parents, a lot of younger generation kids came up to me and asked if I could help. But, it was hard for me to come back. But I'm back, and listening to all the stories from all the parents and the younger generation, I want to actually just bring everyone together. Because there's a lot of older second gen above me that really don't want anything to do with the church, but I want to bring them back. And because, not back in the sense of coming here and, worship, but coming back and feeling the heart of God, because there's been a lot of anger, and I want to release that anger from people. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to try to build a community center. That's my main goal. And hopefully I'll start small here at Agora House and then make it bigger. And yeah, just be patient with me because I work very slowly. First thing I want to do is actually get to know every single one of you. Your older brothers, your older sisters, your children, I want to get to know all of you and understand what you think we need as a community to build, to get bigger. Because I'm not about bringing in new members. I'm about building our membership, our heart, our strength as members. So thank you, and please be patient with me. Thank you.
Wow, that's great. Welcome back. It's nice to see you here. So now it's time for our main message. Just a few days ago, our HR department had a little webinar on how to sign up for our healthcare benefits, which are a benefit provided by our members. And so now Justin is going to tell us how to sign up and take care of our spiritual health benefits, which are available to all of you and free. So let's welcome up our Pastor Justin.
Thank you, Dominic. Good morning, everybody. Yes, this sermon was inspired by that HR session. Thank you, Aunt Susan. No, I'm just kidding. It was a good session, but this was planned before that. But yeah, good to see you all. I think there's a lot of good news we're hearing today. Wouldn't you agree? Thank you, Taesung and the missionaries. Let's give them a round of applause. Very exciting. Also experiencing the new talent, Erica and Kana and Michael's song. That was beautiful. Let's give it up for Michael. Yeah, I really feel the fruits are coming. And of course, our elder brother Jinsa is back. That's amazing. And if you notice, also Jeannie Kagawa is back too. Hey, we're happy to see her. So yeah, lots of good news, And Jamel, you're back too. Oh, guest from Canada. Hey, welcome from Canada. All right. And I heard Mr. Cavone brought some delicious treats for us after service. Hey. All right. I'll stop there. But yeah, today, actually, this is a continuation, for those of you who don't know, of a sermon series called Happy, Healthy, Public-Minded. Okay, so we went through happy a few weeks ago, and today we're going to be tackling this topic of healthy. And this is all related to our vision for our movement of how we can create really this environment where, 100 years down the road, we really want to see an abundance of happy, healthy, and public-minded, blessed children in our movement, right? Amen. And yeah, it's nice to see. I think we saw a lot of happy, healthy, public-minded young people on the stage today. So yeah, yesterday I just wanted to share some pictures from the Halloween party also. Yeah, it was awesome. So many young people gathered together. Anyone know what my son was? He's Miguel from the movie Coco. We did a little theme. I was Hector from that movie as well. It was fun. But yeah, we had a lot of fun, and we had, of course, our hayride from Koji-san. Thank you, Koji-san. As always, appreciate that offering. Brings a lot of joy, and yeah, a lot of our new guests were also there as well. So it was just a lot of fun, a great opportunity to get together. And so, yeah, let's talk about health. So I think health is a pretty wide term, right? I could talk about a lot of different things. When you think about what it means to be healthy, maybe you have like an image of this in your mind. So we are all about raising up an army of David Goggins ultramarathon runners. NGM, you guys, keep it up. Get to work. For those of you who don't know, this man, his name is David Goggins. He's a Navy SEAL, author, speaker, and ultramarathon runner. He runs marathons over 100 miles sometimes. Really impressive guy, actually. And I've recently been reading his autobiography. It's also really inspiring. But I am not going to be talking about how to become an ultramarathon runner today. What I guess we're more about is the spiritual side of health, right? But I think if you understand how the spirit and the physical work together, you'll know that actually even to become an ultramarathon runner, it takes a lot of spirit and heart, right? So the spirit and the physical health, they're connected, right? And anybody who's done anything incredible, really broke the limits of what we thought were possible as human beings. It all started internally. It all started with an internal spiritual breakthrough that allowed them to break through physically. And in many ways, spiritual health is at the root of our physical health, right? And our physical health is kind of a mirror of our spiritual health, right? So yeah, even reading, David Goggins' book, it's very clear that he went from being this 300-pound guy to this ultramarathon runner. And it didn't happen just because, he decided one day to start going to the gym. It happened because he had a change in his mindset. He started to dig deeper into who he was and what was possible for him, and digging deeper into his faith. He is a man of faith. So let's talk about spiritual health. And I'm going to be using kind of a metaphor of physical health. I think it's something that we can all relate to. How many of you done your annual health checkup this year? Have you done it? Oh, wow. You guys are good. I should have done it before I gave this message, but this is a reminder for me, get that done. But I think it's pretty common in our culture, right, to have an annual health checkup. You go to the doctor. And what do they usually check when you have your physical checkup? And your heart, your blood pressure. They're checking basically your different body systems and organs, and a big part of that is by checking your circulation. They use different kind of tests to figure it out, but a lot of it is checking your circulatory system, your respiratory system. Is your blood properly flowing, right? Is the oxygen properly going in and out? Are there any blockages, anything being clogged? And they're checking for these things, right? So they check your heartbeat, they check, the stethoscope, they check if the air, again, it's going in and out properly. And how about an annual spiritual health checkup? Have you done your annual spiritual health checkup? No? Yeah, there's some subliminal messages in this picture. So, imagine a culture, a society where that becomes a norm, right? Where not only do we do our physical health checkups, but we do our annual spiritual health checkup. And what would that even look like? It might look like someone like this, or maybe it looks something like this. I don't know. But imagine this becomes more and more common, right? So are you ready for your annual spiritual health checkup? So we're gonna do one today, okay? Ready? All right. So first of all, to understand that, let's look at what is spiritual health. We got to put a definition to it. So I want to turn to Father's words. We all understand, I think, mostly that we have, a physical body, right? Physical body, you can see me, but we also have this invisible spiritual body, right? And so Father says this about our spiritual body and the spirit world. He says, the air in the spirit world is not the air we have on earth. Instead, it is love. When a spirit person breathes, he or she inhales and exhales the nourishing elements of love. On earth, eating alone does not sustain our life. When we eat and drink, all we are doing is filling our sack with food and water. And he goes on to say, eventually we will die. The form we take during life on earth is our second existence. While on earth, we need to develop our character of love. So I think this is a really beautiful and profound understanding of the world that comes after this one. That just like in this world, we are being nourished by breathing in the air, right? Let's all take a deep breath and you feel nourished, and breathe out. You feel nourished by that air. But in the spirit world, and in this world too, because we are connected to that spiritual world, right? Our spirit is being nourished by none other than love, right? So it's like we're breathing in and we're breathing out that love. And that is what sustains us. That is what keeps us spiritually healthy. So kind of thinking about the definition, if we think about physical health as the state of well-being and proper functioning of the body systems and organs, right? It's that circulation, it's things moving in and out, that give and take that's happening within our body. Spiritual health, we could look at as the state of well-being and proper functioning of the spirit systems. And mainly, its ability to give and receive love. So how is that circulation happening? How is that going in your spirit? Its ability to give and also receive love. Is it free flowing, right? That's what doctors want to see when they check our body, that it's freely flowing, it's uninhibited, it's flowing as it should, right? And just like that, our spirit, is that love, is it free flowing? Is it being freely given, but also is it being freely received, right? Or are there blockages? Are there things that get in the way of that circulation of love in your life, in your experience? So unlike with the heart, the physical heart, where you can put a stethoscope and listen to it and kind of understand how it's doing, we can't do that with our spirit, right? We don't have a physical instrument that I can check and put on Alan's heart and say, Alan, your spirit is doing very well. But it's something that we have to check in with ourselves. We have to be our own physician of our own soul. So we want to check in, how is it? How is the circulation of love, that giving and that receiving? How is my spiritual health? And I want to do just a quick experiment. We in America, we're people that believe in the scientific method, right? You got to experiment, you got to try it out, right? So let's try this out. Let's try to experience if we can feel the spirit, that flow of love, and what that feels like when our spirit feels nourished. So this is what I want to ask us all to do. To turn to your neighbor, to find a neighbor, and just take a moment before you say anything to just reflect on what God appreciates about this person. What is one thing that you can find to appreciate, really sincerely appreciate about this person? Maybe you know them well, maybe you don't, but maybe you want to dig deeper into seeing what God really appreciates about this person. Okay? And if you could just feel that love for that person. Okay? And in a moment, I want to ask that you share with this person some appreciation, just a specific appreciation that you appreciate about this person. It could be as simple as, I appreciate that you are sitting next to me and you are a warm body in this cold day, whatever it is. Right? But when you give it, just feel how it feels to give that appreciation, that love, but also receive it fully. Don't put any blockage in receiving whatever they have to say. Okay, can you guys do that? All right, so go ahead, share with a partner, just really quickly. Don't make it into a conversation. Just share your appreciation, receive it, say thank you, and switch. Make sure you switch if you haven't. All right. You can wrap it up, come back, and thank your partner. Why don't you give your partner a thank you, a hug, whatever, however way you want to thank your partner. So how does that feel? Does it feel good? The spirit feels nourished when you are giving and receiving love. You can feel that nourishment. Some of you don't want to stop. I get it. Anyway, I will also nourish you. So please, please come back. But this just so you can have that taste, right? You feel what that feels like. So now you can kind of check in with your life, right? Your kind of bigger picture of your life. Your past week, past month, past year. Check in with yourself. How is my spiritual health? And we're going to break this down into two main aspects. And this comes from Matthew 22. And it says, love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. So it's really, to get the full picture of your spiritual health, you have to look at both that vertical aspect, that love, that relationship that you have with your God, with your heavenly parent, but also that horizontal aspect. How is the love flowing between myself and my brothers and sisters, my spouse, my children? So take a moment to, again, just check in with yourself. How is the circulation of love between God and myself? How has that been? Does it feel like it's flowing freely? Am I experiencing on a regular basis that grace coming from God, that forgiveness, that love coming from God? And can I feel freely giving back that praise, giving back that thanks, that love towards my heavenly parent? Does it feel blocked sometimes? Does it feel like sometimes I'm not feeling that circulation? Something's in the way. So just check in with yourself. If you were to look at, let's say, the past month and gave yourself a number out of 10, this is just for you, just you mentally. I'm not asking you to share it. Just check in with yourself on how are you doing. An honest look. Okay, so now reflect on the horizontal plane. How is my circulation of love between myself and others? How is the flowing, the freeness of that love horizontally? How is my ability to both give and also receive love? Does it flow freely? Or do I sometimes feel like a block? Something's getting in the way. Something's obstructing that free flow of love. So again, just look at your past month and give yourself an honest number that makes sense to you. Again, it's just for you. You're just checking in with yourself. Okay. So usually when you go to a physical exam, right, they check your pulse, they check your measurements. But at the end, what does the doctor do? They might give you some recommendations, right? Prescriptions. What can you do about it, right? Maybe that you got some, some high cholesterol or high blood pressure, whatever it is, right? The doctor will give you some recommendations, some prescriptions. So in a spiritual sense, well, I mean, the main things, a doctor will usually give you some good advice in the form of our two most favorite words in the English dictionary. Two favorite words in the English dictionary: diet and exercise. Right? We all love to hear it, right? How's your diet? How's your exercise? Right? But just like in the physical sense, your diet and your exercise are probably the most important things to your physical health. Spiritually, you could say the same thing. It's your diet and your exercise. What are you consuming? Your diet. And what are you practicing? Your exercise, right? What are you consuming, especially on a daily basis, right? Because a diet is not just about a quick fad. You do it for 7 days and you're all good. It's about your lifestyle, right? So what kind of content are you consuming daily? Are you consuming content, each day we get thousands and thousands of bits of information thrown at us. And you want to just look at that, right? Are you consuming, for example, partisan stories of whose fault it is that your life is not the way you want it to be, right? Maybe you're consuming a lot of that. Maybe you're consuming a lot of content about how things are just not working out and how difficult life is and how hopeless things are. Because there's a lot of content out there about that, right? Or maybe you're consuming a lot of content that is designed to keep you numb and distracted. Maybe you're consuming a lot of that, and how much are you getting of those good nutrients? Consuming content that reminds you of what is beautiful, what is hopeful, what is good, what is precious, what is holy, and what is worth fighting for in this life. How much are we consuming of that kind of content? And how is your exercise routine? Right? Excellent. I know Jamel's is excellent. The biggest thing with exercise is the consistency, right? How consistent are you with your practices? How consistently are you working on yourself to grow your capacity to love unhinderedly, freely? Are you challenging yourself to love those that are difficult for you to love, right? Going beyond your limits. And sometimes that person that is really challenging to love is none other than yourself, right? You challenging yourself to love that person when you feel unworthy, right? And there's many diets out there. There are many types of diets, many types of exercises. And the reality is it's not a one size fits all approach. That doesn't work. Sometimes we become so dogmatic about the diet that worked for us, right? We get into paleo and it works so well and everyone else needs to do it, right? But can we share what works for us without, encouraging others to try it? You should try it. It worked for me. Please try it, right? But can we do that without trying to force people or judge or shame people until they do it? That doesn't have to be part of the equation. Share joyfully what's worked for you. And regardless of the diet or the exercise regimens that you choose, they all do require one thing. You know what that is? Discipline. Discipline. Yes, he wants to eat it, but he must not, right? So I think this is a very important aspect of our spiritual health is discipline. And it's important to remember that you cannot wait to feel motivated. Okay? You cannot wait to feel motivated to start working on yourself. No one became great because they felt motivated 100% of the time. Okay? In the end, this is what separates the people that are resilient, the people that overcome incredible challenges, the people that accomplish great things in life. It is not motivation, it comes down to discipline. Am I willing to go through the difficulties? Am I willing to go through the pain? And in Hebrews, it says, for the moment, all discipline seems painful rather than pleasant. But later, it yields the peaceful fruit of righteousness. Amen? So, yes, discipline means going forward even when you don't feel like it. It means going through that painful part. And it means accepting that this is actually the way it's supposed to feel. It's not supposed to feel good. It feels bad, and you do it, and you get through it. And that's where the fruits of your spiritual life of faith are born. You know, I wish that when I do a cold bath, I had this smile on my face. I wish it felt great to just get in there and say, oh, this is so nice. But no, it looks more like this. It's very uncomfortable. And to be more honest, it looks more like this. It's a shock. Oh my God, what am I doing? But afterwards, I feel great. I feel peaceful. I feel like I overcame something that was difficult. You know, right now, I think we are all collectively going through a very painful time, a very heavy and difficult time, right? In our movement, we are all grappling with this situation where our founder, Holy Mother Han, is in a detention center, you know, by the Korean government. And I don't think I'm the only one that has felt a certain level of heaviness during these times. And that heaviness might manifest itself in a different way. It might feel like sadness. It might feel like frustration. It might feel like uncertainty or anxiety. And I can definitely say that for me, it's been challenging, you know, and there have been days where I did not want to get out of bed. There was just, you know, thoughts of what's the point and does it make a difference, right? And, you know, over time, feeling this heaviness, eventually I just started feeling tired of feeling tired, you know, tired of feeling defeated by this. And, you know, I decided, well, I'm going to do something about the situation. And, you know, I want to say that it's not Mother's desire that we just let this situation, you know, become a weight on us and stop us and feel this sense of anxiety. You know, even in her situation, she's trying to show this model of resilience, that no matter how difficult your situation is, you keep your faith. And she says, pray for your families, pray for yourselves. Don't give up. So recently, you know, I decided to start to challenge myself. That's the other half of that picture. Of getting into a more consistent exercise routine. And yeah, just personal note, I hate cardio. I'm really struggle with it. I don't mind going to the gym and lifting some weights, but treadmill's like my worst enemy. But I decided that I want to challenge my limitations. And sometimes when you feel there's so much going on out there, in those times, that's when you want to dig deeper into what you can do personally, how you can dig into your own faith and go deeper. And so I started to do these stepping machines, right? And I decided, you know what? I hate doing this, but I'm going to do it. And I set a number. I said, I'm going to do it for 20 minutes. And I kept going. And the first 5 minutes, I was like, I hate this. This is terrible. And I've got 15 minutes left. Why did I do this to myself? But actually, after about 10 minutes, those voices go away. And I start feeling like I'm in a groove. I'm like, okay, I can do this. 15 minutes, okay, I'm almost done. Wow, that was quick. 20 minutes, it's done. And I feel great. You feel great. Usually the discipline is actually, can you just get past those first 5 minutes? That's the biggest discipline. Can you get started? And once you're there, once you're started, then it's easier. And you get into a flow. Right? And this is something that we can do in our physical life, but also with our spiritual health. These are some more classic examples of practicing our vertical love for God, right? When we sing at church, when we praise and worship, maybe you might feel some resistance sometimes. I got out of bed. I'm so tired. I don't feel like going all out today. But get past those first few minutes. Give it your all. Praise and love and worship your heavenly parent. Prayer, we're not always going to feel like it, right, to get into prayer. But again, just get into it. Get started. Whether that be, reading scripture, or also tithing is another spiritual discipline. It's one of those things, that might not feel good when you do it or getting started, but once you do it, you start to feel peaceful about it. You start to feel good about it. Like, oh, wow, I overcame my limitations. I'm really trusting in my heavenly parent. And the same goes for horizontally, the love, when we give love. Sometimes you feel that blockage towards somebody. And sometimes it's just, you got to get started. You got to make the connection. Maybe you're not used to, appreciating your coworkers. You have this barrier, or, sharing gratitude towards your spouse. But just sometimes you just got to push it out, force it out. Do a 20-minute hug, not 20 minutes, 20-second hug. Sorry, 20 minutes might be a bit awkward, but 20-second hug. And, there's a science between the 20 seconds. You give a short hug, it's not much, but you do that for 20 seconds, it actually gives you this boost of oxytocin, this chemical boost where you feel good, you feel love, you feel connection with that person, right? So, maybe you're not a hugger, but maybe you should start. It's never too late to start. And maybe it's hosting your friends, your family, your coworkers, even though that's not something you've ever done. But again, get started and start this rhythm, this circulation that maybe has been, needing some exercise to get started. So just to summarize the main points, spiritual health is ultimately, it is about our ability to give and receive love, both with our heavenly parent and ourselves and others. And to be spiritually healthy, the first thing is we have to be aware of the pulse of our spirit. Check in with yourself sometimes. How am I doing? How is my spirit? How is the love in my life? How am I experiencing that? And finally, spiritual health like physical health, requires discipline more than motivation. Discipline more than motivation. And if you'd like to give it a shot at applying this, one tradition that we have in our community is the idea of doing spiritual conditions, right? And I want to invite you, if you are not currently doing one, to try one. It could start as simply as doing one thing every day that connects you to God. And I'm not going to prescribe what that is, but do what maybe works for you, or try something new. And also commit to one specific act of loving give and take with another. Add that to your condition, not just the vertical, but also horizontally. And it's a bonus if you want to try something new, to go beyond your comfort zone. And set a time period. Say, I'm going to do this consistently for 7 days, for a month, whatever it is. Just like, you get on that exercise, you say, I'm going to do it for 20 minutes. That's a very important step. And finally is to just do it, commit to it, even if you don't feel like doing it. Okay? So I want to make this a little fun. One way to, keep us all in tip-top shape is to do something together as a community. So I want to invite anybody, and I'll send a link out, by email later, is to join a 7-day challenge where you commit to a practice for 7 days, both a vertical one and also a horizontal one that you're loving others. And see if you can do it consistently. And we're going to encourage each other. When you get in that group, this WhatsApp group, you can share what that it's going to be for you, and share your progress. And then next Sunday, it'll go until next Sunday, and we can share how it went for us. Okay? Keep each other motivated. Okay? So we're going to get into some reflection time, and you can reflect on, what did you get from the message? What has worked for you or is working for you now to nourish your spirit? And yeah, before we get there, I just want to offer a prayer. Okay? Let's offer a prayer. Most beloved Heavenly Parent, our true parents, we thank you so much for this day, God. Thank you for allowing us to be here together, Heavenly Parent. For many of us, this is part of our spiritual discipline, our spiritual routine, to show up here every Sunday that we can, and to be together, to love our brothers and sisters, to love you, to praise you, Heavenly Parent. And I pray that these words that you've given us, that even if it could just impact one person who's struggling, Heavenly Parent, just one person, that it can lift them up out of their despair, out of their heaviness, Heavenly Parent, to give them some new life, some new hope, Heavenly Parent, and new power, Heavenly Parent, to overcome whatever the difficulty, whatever the challenge is that they're going through, Heavenly Parent. Heavenly Parent, we want to pray for one another in this time. We want to pray and encourage and lift each other up, God, because this is a time when we want to hold each other close, when we want to be a source of love and compassion and grace for one another, that your love can flow through us, God. Heavenly Parent, we thank you so much. We are truly, truly a blessed people. We've been given so much. We stand on the shoulders of giants, our true parents, who have pioneered the way forward to make it easier for us. Heavenly Parent, I just pray that each and every day we can be strengthened by your word, by our prayers, by the music, the beautiful music that is being created right now. Heavenly Parent, I pray that you bless each and every person here, that they can feel you so deeply in their soul, in their heart. Heavenly Parent, that each and every day we can wake up knowing that you are with us, that you are present with us. Heavenly Parent, of course, we also want to pray for our Holy Mother Han, our true mother, who is in Korea, in this place where she is unable to connect physically with the outside world, unable to have that loving give and take with the people she wants to, Heavenly Parent. But we know that she is spending her time in devotion and connecting with you. Heavenly Parent, we want to lift her up. We want to be examples of people who follow, Father, your example and Mother's example of an unbeatable spirit, Heavenly Parent, unbeatable in the face of any challenge. Heavenly Parent, we ask for your blessing on this day and this week. And I pray this in attendance to our Holy Mother Han, and gratitude I pray in my name, Justin Okamoto of a blessed family, Jew. Thank you.
Great message. So let's have a few moments of reflection. We can play a little bit background music and think about those questions. Actually, why don't we go into a little pair share with maybe the same partner that you talked to before, and then we'll come back. Well, this is the hardest part of the Sunday service to cut short, as I know once you get started, you don't want to stop. And I'll just have to say, I'll start off by a, a brief sharing of my point, which is reflected in you. It's the thing that works most for me is talking to other people. It works better than prayer. It works better than spiritual practices, is talking to one other person in a deep way. So now I've got you all to stop doing that. Who would like to share their reflection or insights on what's working for you in your spiritual life? The mic is open. Michael.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I really like the idea of how it's like the analogy of diet and exercise, how we're going to carry that analogy from physical to spiritual. It really made sense, like the content you consume and the practice that you do. And I also like the idea that there's no one size fits all as well, same as with health. And even yesterday, like some of us, like Connor was saying, the night vigil, she really connects with mother, with her own faith, with providence. But even yesterday, after the Halloween party, which Limus helped put together, he was super tired by the end of it, and I saw him walking in. He was just like super drained. He said he had like a granola bar that morning, and that's it. And I'm like, you know what you need? You need 50 cc's of jazz stat. And so he got on the drums, I got on the piano, and we just jammed out for maybe 8-10 minutes. But he was like, he felt so good. He's like, oh man, this is like therapy. So just even that, right? Applying that analogy of this man needs this right now. Oh, he's gonna die spiritually. Yeah, so I love trying to seek that out in all of our unique ways as well. Yeah.
Great idea. 50 cc's of jazz, jamming. Gino.
Good morning, everyone. Yuko and I were from Montreal, so we're coming here is a very special place. We came here to listen to true parents. There were many times on this side here. We used to sit on the floor. So many memories. But briefly, I'd like to share that for me, spiritual health is having 3 spiritual children. Father told us many times we should have 3 spiritual children. And I always felt, well, we have to witness, share our faith. Our church should has an important mission. But we have a special role that we, having 3 spiritual children is really beneficial to us. And now that I'm retired, our kids are grown up, in Montreal, we have a wonderful park right near the church. And there's 2 colleges nearby. And I really love witnessing there. And I really, really enjoy meeting people, see where they're from. They're from all over the world. And especially there's a lot of Africans coming to Montreal. Africans are very precious. Their hearts are open. And so my point is spiritual health is by doing outreach is scary as heck. But once Justin was saying, once you pass those first 5 minutes, then you're doing just fine. But once you overcome that fear, it's such a joy. There's nothing that equals that. Of sharing our faith with others is very beautiful. And I'll stop here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gino. Inspirational. Anybody else? Oh, Pedro.
Good morning. My name is Pedro. I have I've been coming to this church. I have another program that I normally go to, but I've been finding a lot of jealousy and envy there. So I don't like jealousy and envy. So I stay away from there. And today I made the decision to come here because the lady called me. I was going to go there. I said, the place is, I'm not ashamed of it. It's Alcoholics Anonymous. I've been sober 35 years. And that's by the grace of God. But then God put this guy in my life. He moved in. One day I'm sitting outside. I have nothing to do. He says, so what you doing? Where you going? And I came here and I love this place. You know, it's beautiful. And it's one thing that my mother would bring a smile to my mother's face. She's passed away, but I did a lot of harm to her. And I didn't realize that the harm came from people losing sleep over wondering, where's my son? Today I have 2 sons. They don't call me unless I call them. And I wonder, but they're both doing okay when I do call them. But just coming here and just realizing right now, I'm dusting off my exercise bike, which I got situated, looking at the TV, and I got the radio right here. So I'm gonna make sure I do my 20, 35 minutes on the bike because I need that. Right now I'm having trouble walking, but I think I could do the bike. And I thank you all for allowing me to come here. Thank you.
Thank you, Pedro. Okay, unless there's any other desperate people, let's welcome up the song team and close with a final song, Higher Ground.
Let's give a round of applause for happy parents and true parents.
Also, just two quick announcements. There's a program upstairs with Sandra Stout And then another one is to please pray for Cynthia Shibuya. She's currently in the hospital. So please pray for her health as well. Thank you.